What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the HSN Podcast. I'm here with Johnny and Michael. How you guys
Hello.
doing?
Good, and you, Adam?
Not great.
I don't know who had the worst day in here,
Fantastic,
Adam.
actually. Nah, you guys got a game postponed. We lost to Ottawa 2-1 when we needed a big 2 points.
I was writing a midterm today, and I saw I was looking through my notes or whatever, and I saw I messed up a question earlier, so I was going back and it was taking a while to load. So I'm like, oh, let me check Twitter, see if anything's happening. And I see Kotkaniemi and Armia on the COVID protocol. I couldn't focus the last hour of my midterm. I was in this room, and so I screamed to my dad. It was in the kitchen. I'm like, Dad, they're on protocol. See what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, that's tough. First COVID case. Or actually, no, because the Pugliarvi, there was some shit.
But
with
he
him.
was inconclusive.
Yeah.
First postponed game.
Postponed.
Yeah, first postponed game.
From reading the tweets, what it sounds like is they had pregame warm up, not pregame warm up, morning skate. Sorry, my bad. Kotkaniemi and Armia were there. Then they tested positive or whatever happened. They got placed on the list. And then originally the game was scheduled to go ahead, but then the Bill Daly guy said there was a complication or something. So I think someone else probably got put on that list as well, and we'll find that out tomorrow.
You think so? Because
originally the game was supposed to play, and then 10 minutes later, Bill Daly said I don't know his exact tweet, but it was there's a new development or something. Because if it was just Kotkaniemi and Armia, they would have just taken them out like they did last time with Pugliarvi. How Pugliarvi sat out.
Yeah,
if it's five or more players, they have to.
Yeah, if it's 5 or more, they start postponing. But apparently, they're gonna retest all the Montreal guys tomorrow with the rapid test or whatever. And if most of them are good to go, they're gonna try and play the game tomorrow night. Because
you guys play back to back.
We played 3 times in a row this week. So instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. If not, nice. I don't know. They were saying the whole schedule is going to get changed in the north if it's postponed further than this week. But we'll talk about now, I guess, Michael's team, probably other than this, had the biggest news of the week. Who is the Leafs starting goalie? Is it Jack Campbell or is it Freddie
There's no controversy. Anderson? You have here Leafs goalie controversy in the notes. There's no controversy.
No, Adam, you can agree. It's a controversy.
It's not a controversy. I've been saying Freddie Anderson's been shit for the past 3 years.
But anytime the stuff the de facto starter for the past 5 years is getting replaced, there's a controversy. Not controversy, but
should he have been the starter for the 5 years, or should they actually went out to get a goalie? I think they've been the Leafs Nation has been fed up with Freddie Anderson for a while. It's not just this year.
Yeah, because his first 2 years, we obviously weren't expected to make the playoffs against when we versus Washington, but he always gave us a chance to win, right? And the last 2 years, it's mostly been our team having to make up for him, whereas earlier it was him having to save us. So now that it's kind of flipped, and we lose games that we're supposed to win, the first one against Calgary. Adam, would you agree that pretty bad?
We had no business being in that game.
I think there's a high danger scoring chance was 8-0.
No, it was 29-9 or something for scoring chance. Oh, high danger, I don't know, but I know the scoring chances were 29-12 or some shit.
Adam, you guys had 0 high danger chances.
No, I think we had one. I think it was 8-1 or something.
That's amazing.
I know we didn't score on a high dangerous chance. All 4 goals were from outside the slot. So
I was watching the Montreal Canucks game that was on at the same time, and 5 minutes in first commercial break, I switched to the Leaf Calgary game, and I saw 2-0 Calgary on 3 shots. I was like, what the hell happened here? And then I saw the goals on Twitter, both muffins.
But there's not enough good things to say about Jack Campbell for the Leaf fans listening. You know what I mean. Just from watching him, his energy, he's always talking to his players. That's what you like as players. You like having that confidence in your goalie that he's in the game. He's not going through his head maybe he's mad about what just happened or he let in a goal. Jack Campbell's just steady. Since becoming a Leaf, he's played 10 games, goals against average 198, save percentage 934. Pretty good. I know it's a small sample size, but I even saw something that it was in his last 60 games played. It was 240 goals against average and 935 save percentage. So that's elite company.
Michael's brought the stats to this podcast. Jesus.
Because some people are going to say, oh, Leaf fans thinking Jack Campbell could become a starter. But goalies are like that. Look at Darcy Kumper out of nowhere. He's one of the top goalies in the league now. Jacob Markstrom wasn't even good 3 years ago, like how he is now.
My only concern would be the workload aspect. Like that's not 60 games in a season. That's 60 games spread over probably like 3-4 years.
Yeah. That's
like
the only thing. We haven't seen that.
We've seen certain goalies need that rest. Like perfect example for my team, Jake Allen. When he's your starter, he's not that good. But when he's either splitting games or the backup, his numbers are like top 10 always. Some goalies just can't handle the workload.
And these 4 games that he's played were all kind of spaced out. So I'm glad to see now him he's probably going to get the next couple starts because Anderson is on IR now. He probably would have got them anyway because he deserves it. He kind of took over the job. But yeah.
You guys don't play till
what, Thursday? You're talking about like what?
You guys play Thursday?
Thursday, yeah, we're on another break.
So many breaks.
Yeah.
My team,
but even if he does come, like, let's just say he becomes the full-time starter after Anderson leaves, like I don't expect him to be a guy like that plays 60 games a year. Like I expect us to get him another Jack Campbell. Like if we have 2 Jack Campbells, maybe.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you guys are going to go out in the offseason and like spend big money on a goalie. I think you're going to try and get like another goalie around Campbell's skill or maybe slightly like more experienced, and they'll split games. Honestly, like someone kind of like Jake Allen, like that kind of build you'll look for.
Because you don't need a start. You don't need an elite goalie. Like look at Columbus.
It's proven the model's the 2 goalies. That's like the better model.
Columbus killed us in the series. Their goalies beat us. It wasn't them. Simply their goalies. They split games and they both let in 1 to 2 goals a game.
Should get Big Save Dave.
Is he UFA?
I don't know. Adam, is he?
Yep. Or not. Yeah, I think he's UFA.
I've never seen Adam look this depressed.
Oh, I'm so tired. I just want to go to bed.
This poor guy. Calgary's taking the life out of this guy's soul.
Nah, it's not even just Calgary. It's just a fucking game that I care about. I care about the game, but
I was gonna say
it's not all that. Trust me.
Do you want to go over Calgary's week, or should I not put you through that pain?
What's there to say? You got two points that you didn't deserve. Got your ass whooped the game after, and then today couldn't score a goal against Philip Gustafson. Like, not much to say. It's get your shit together in the next week or so, or blow it up. Like, there's no other option. You guys split the Battle
of Alberta.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably one of our only good games under Daryl Sutter. I think we played like 2 good games. One against you guys, one against Edmonton.
I'd say both against us. You guys played pretty good.
Now, the first game we were pretty shit.
The first game was just both teams looked terrible, but you guys looked like better than us. Montreal's week last week was 2-0-2. The team just does not lose in regulation pretty much. 8 regulation losses, I think, still in the year. Like, it's kind of just ridiculous. I saw a stat they have, since Ducharme's taken over, they played 13 games and they have like 4 wins or 5 wins, but they only have like 2 losses in regulation. They just don't lose in regulation. That's why I think they'll get the 4th seed, because like Vancouver beat us, but they only gained a point. Then we beat them the next night. So like, I don't know. It's good to not lose in regulation. Honestly, we'll talk more about that later because some reporter has an issue with it. But we'll move on to the biggest dumpster fire in the NHL, the Buffalo Sabres. Michael, do you want to lead us off here talking about the Buffalo Sabres and just
I'm leading off
what they are?
Bro, what are they? I don't know. Like,
I don't understand.
They're a shithole. I
don't understand the people saying to tank. Like, you tanked for Jack Eichel, and you're not going to get a better player than that.
You're going to rebuild. Why would you trade Jack Eichel? Even if he wants to fuck out of there, you can't trade him unless you're getting like top end prospects and at least a couple first round picks.
Who's a top end prospect that you're going to get that's better than Jack Eichel?
Well, exactly. It has to be a team like.
Bro, Jack Eichel's like 22, 23.
Rangers are ready to trade like Capo Caco and then maybe like
Capo Caco,
Keandre Miller and then a first. Like, they're not doing that. Like,
bro, if the Rangers wanted Eichel and I was Buffalo, it's at least Caco and Lafreniere.
Nah, I don't know. A legitimate team that could go after him is LA.
Yeah, LA could.
Turcotte plus Byfield and a first round pick, they take that any day.
We've joked about this, but I could see Calgary like trying, but I don't know if you guys have the pieces.
Who?
So I'm saying
we give him Zari and Pelletier or what?
You'd give your 2 best prospects over there, Zari, Pelletier, I guess. You'd give up like 2
and
firsts,
Wolf, probably
2 firsts, and then even like a center to go back the other way, like maybe Monahan,
Backlund probably.
something like.
I don't think we get we get rid of.
Calgary's would be a big package.
Yeah, the only team that realistically has a shot at Eichel is LA. Their prospect pool is so deep.
Rangers are in on everyone.
They're gonna throw Capo. Capo's been garbage. Like it's getting close to saying that he's a bust. Like I'm pretty convinced at this point that he's a bust. Another team that can maybe go after him is the oh shit. I had a list of teams that I thought could go after him. Okay, have your thought.
I'd say Ottawa could go after him. I don't know if they'd be interested in him, but Ottawa could easily go after him. They have,
if it happened in 2 years, maybe, but
they have the pieces.
I don't see them. Yeah,
they have because they know, but like the other thing, well, Ottawa has so much talent too that's not even on that team right now. Like they got the Pinto guy from the NCAA, probably the second best player in NCAA. Sorry, Ottawa fans, Caulfield's better. They have the Sanderson guy. They have another guy, like what's his name? Oh, they're talking about him on the game today, like Mikael Docker. So I don't know his name, something like that. He's on North Dakota State.
Bernard Docker,
yeah, something like that. They have so much prospects that they could be a team that could go after him, but I don't know if Buffalo would trade him inside like the actual Atlantic that's going to come back.
I'm not sure.
The thing is, if you trade Jack Eichel, you're not winning that trade because he's pretty much your only star player. If you give away your star player like that, it doesn't matter how many pieces, unless one of them becomes a star player, which it probably won't be.
But you're trading someone that you hope becomes Jack Eichel. Like I don't see what the point of that is.
You lose that trade.
There is none.
When I see Buffalo needs to rebuild, I say, okay, I still consider Buffalo rebuilding like right now. I don't think they've ever left the 2015 rebuild. I'm not going to lie.
Well, if they keep getting top picks, they are rebuilding.
Because what, they had 1 year where they won like 12 in a row and they were like first in the Atlantic for a while. Then they finished behind Montreal.
It was last year, no?
No, I think it was the year before.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. The years are jumbled with COVID now. I feel like we missed a season, kind of.
It is last year because didn't they almost make the playoffs? And
No.
You guys were the 24th and they were the 25th?
Yeah, but they would have been ahead of us last year. It was like the year Montreal missed out by like 2 points.
Oh.
What were they going to say? They just need a good coach. Like they keep hiring these coaches that they keep for a year or two. Then they finally had a good coach, but him and Eichel didn't agree, so they had to let Bilesma go. They need a coach. They had the Ted Nolan guy. They should have kept him, but they fired him because he was trying to win games when they were trying to tank.
I swear Ralph Kruger, the one they just fired, was he not a soccer coach in Europe?
I don't know. I don't know where you got that from.
Dude, I'm pretty sure he was not a hockey coach.
He coached Edmonton before, I'm pretty sure, because Taylor Hall had him.
I remember when he got hired, there was like something about him, and I'm like, this can't end well.
I don't know. I know he coached Taylor Hall. That was one of the reasons Hall went to Buffalo, but that's another thing. Why? What was the need to sign Taylor Hall for them? Like, I get it to try and make a push, but like, I think we could have agreed from their goaltending. Like, actually, I think Adam had them in the playoffs. Maybe Michael.
Yeah, me and Michael had them against.
Yeah,
I didn't have them. But sure? I didn't have them.
You had them as at least the 5 seed.
I had them above Washington, I think.
You had them at least a 5 seed because I remember you guys had them ridiculously high. But no, like they need a solid coach. They have a new GM now, so we'll see what he does because Ralph Kruger was the old GM's guy, so maybe this GM will bring like his guy, and you always hear about that. But even like they just have such bad contracts. Like this Jeff Skinner one is brutal. Probably the worst contract in the league.
Probably the worst contract ever.
For term and money, like it's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Because he had a good season, but I swear like they said 65% of his goals that year were like in the first like half. So like everyone could have told that was not going to like continue.
He had a like 34 goal season or something.
Something like that, but like over 20 of them were in the first half. It was like Duclair last year when Duclair tried to cash out with Ottawa when he was like 13 goals in like 19 games or something. And then they were like, oh, let's see if this continues. And it didn't. And he signed like, what, a 1-year deal in Florida?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Buffalo's just a tire fire. I can't remember the last time in my lifetime Buffalo was good. I think the only people, I don't know who stays. But if you're not going to keep Eichel, like who's going to stay? I'm hearing they're looking at trading Dahlin.
Wow.
They've been trying to trade.
He's been so disappointing.
He's been disappointing. Svech should have won one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say
Dahlin was good last year.
Or Tkachuk, honestly.
No,
I'd say Svech.
I could take Tkachuk one.
I would say Svech or Tkachuk one. Hughes probably like third. It's locked in at third. Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
And then I don't think anyone else in that draft's really proven yet. Like that they're a stud. Like Kotkaniemi's has been a serviceable NHL player. Dahlin's been a serviceable NHL player. Who went 5? Barrett Hayden went 5. He's done nothing right now. He's a prospect, so like he played in the juniors last year.
World Juniors, yeah.
And then 6 was the Zadina guy. Oh, I wanted that guy so bad.
Did you?
My fantasy name like that season was tanking for Zadina or falling for Zadina or something.
Yeah,
like,
Johnny was hyped there.
I wanted Zadina so bad, and then when we didn't take him, I was cheesed. Chuck wasn't even on like my board. Just shows what I know. But I don't know who stays, Michael. Like, and then their goalies can't even stay healthy, bro. Like Tokarski played a game for them tonight. I tweeted that in all caps because of how excited I was.
Tokarski,
bro, I love that guy.
Who's your starting goalie? Hutton? Like, do you even believe
it's Olmark?
Now it's Olmark.
It's Olmark and then Hutton. Then did you see this? They tried to trade the Johnson guy or whatever, like the third goalie, but they had to keep him for an extra 2 days because they played Boston, who had COVID. So they didn't want to trade their third goalie, and risk one of the other 2 guys having COVID.
I saw that. That's why.
So they pretty much kept this guy for 2 days and then traded him. Like, imagine they had to keep him. Like, actually, we're not trading you, buddy. Here, we want you here. Like, they can't do anything right. And then I've had this photo saved on my phone for like a month, and I'm talking about Buffalo because I'm just ripping them right now. I had to screenshot this when I saw this because I knew I'd use this on the podcast one day.
Let me see.
The Buffalo Sabres currently do not employ scouts to cover the WHL, Finland, or Russia, or an OHL scout, but the OHL scout doesn't matter right now because there's no OHL. Bro, how are you not scouting 3 leagues?
Wait, what?
They don't have scouts there right now that cover the WHL, Finland, or Russia.
Well, so where are their scouts?
USA, Sweden, Germany.
Like.
Bro, how do you not have the Finland? Okay, like I can understand that maybe, but how do you not have the WHL or Russia?
See, it starts with ownership. Like, something's going on
right there. Bro, you're trying to trade all these guys for first round picks. Who are you going to draft? A guy from the US? Like, that's it?
We haven't even gotten to who wants to live in Buffalo. Like, no offense, but as a player, like, it's just out of the 31 teams, it's probably 28, 29. It's one of those.
Adam, we drove through Buffalo on our way to Washington. It's just not a nice place. No offense.
Dude, I've been to Buffalo probably 15 times in my life playing hockey. So I trust me, I know Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's. You know, we haven't gone to like cab games in Buffalo.
Buffalo's gross, man.
Bro, dude, my favorite thing about Brock is that it's right next to Buffalo.
Yeah, 5 minutes from the arena, you'll be in like a shithole area.
Yep.
Boarded up businesses.
Dude, even the arena isn't even like.
The arena's not that.
They just
nice,
have like the whole city. Like, no offense, Buffalo. You just have stuff in random places. Like when me and Gabe went, we were like in the middle of nowhere. Then I just saw like the Blue Jays, the AAA teams, like arena in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. But yeah, I know. Speaking of Buffalo, hopefully fans are like, hopefully the border reopens and there's no quarantine because I really want to be going to Buffalo Sabre games again. More importantly, I want to go to a Bills game. But I don't have anything else to add on Buffalo. They just need to sort everything out. Like, it's
final thought: if they do trade Eichel, I'm saying it now, they're not making the playoffs for another 10 years. Because, like, dude, I don't
remember the last time they made the playoffs.
You're stuck with that Skinner contract. If you trade Buffalo, Eichel, like,
I can't believe in the flat cap world, teams didn't, like, when they renegotiated that CBA, I can't believe teams didn't push for a compliance buyout like they did in the last work stoppage in 2012. But you know how many teams could have used those? I think Montreal might have bought out Shea Weber.
You think so?
Well, just because of the term, and then like, but if you buy someone out, you can't re-sign them. I'm pretty sure, so maybe not. But like, bro, the term on that deal is like, this guy's going to like 27, 28. Like, bro, I'll probably be married, and this guy's going to be still playing for Montreal.
How's he playing though?
He's playing terrible this year. He started amazing, and now he's playing terrible. Bro, I never thought I'd see Shea Weber and Joel Edmondson on a pairing, and I feel safe when Joel Edmondson's on the ice. Shea Weber just scares me. Edmondson's like the calming reinforcement on that line right now.
That's not good because especially with that contract, that can get ugly pretty quick.
He just needs the minute he gets like really bad, he needs to retire because he'll fuck over Nashville when he retires.
He won't though. He's the captain of your team now. He'll stay.
Should be Gallagher, such bull.
Yeah, Lucic should retire too. I've been saying that for years.
Calgary would have bought a Lucic with their compliance buyout.
Yeah,
Bro,
I don't know if Toronto would have used theirs. I don't know if Toronto would have bought anyone out.
Probably not. What's a compliance? You don't have to pay anything.
It's like, you pay them the rest of their contract, but it's no cap.
Yeah, no cap.
Like, last one, Montreal, like in 2012, Montreal bought out Scott Gomez. They gave 2 last time, Montreal bought out Gomez, and Toronto bought out Grabowski and Komisarek.
But do you have to do it the year that they issue
You have
it?
to do it like there's like a certain window.
Yeah, I don't think we would do it to anyone.
That's why I was cheesed, because I thought they might have given it, and we had just bought out Alsner. So I was saying they better have let us move that to compliance buyout. But yeah, no, we can move on now to last week. There was a fight in the Battle of Alberta. Adam's probably like highlight of the week. Brett Ritchie just who did he fight again, Adam? You take this one over here. It's your
Kyra.
team. Oh, but Kyra hit someone, no?
Yeah, he who did he hit? Was it
Who's that D
Monge?
that plays for Nesterov? Wasn't it the D that plays for
Shillington.
Nesterov?
Oh yeah, it was Shillington. He hit Shillington. Yeah, I forgot. Because I was thinking about because I knew I had an 8 in this thing, so I was thinking Manjapane, but yeah, clean. And wasn't a clean hit. He got his head, but it wasn't like
It's clean in the rule book, but like players have an issue with it. It's like the Armia hit. He's like, it's chest contact, but it's also a lot of head.
He's also a lot smaller than Kyra. Kyra's a big dude.
That's Myers and Armia.
I wasn't freaking out, but I knew somebody was going to go after him after.
Especially in the Battle of Alberta.
It was going to be, I thought it was going to be Lucic, honestly, but I was happy it was Ritchie because absolutely clobbered him. That was the only good moment of this week, honestly.
But anytime you see this now in fighting, like there's an injury, whatever, people always say like fighting needs to be out of hockey. Like I have my opinion. Like, what are your opinions on it? I think fighting needs to stay. Not needs to stay, but like it will always stay in hockey.
No, I think it's not leaving anytime soon.
Yeah. You're never.
I don't want it to leave anytime soon either.
Bro, the players to some degree need to police the game themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be even more dangerous if they took it out in a sense, because if you look at how many players get injured from fighting,
you'd see the biggest piece of shits.
Compared to imagine if there was no fighting, what Matthew Tkachuk would run around doing.
Bro, I'm not even saying like those guys, bro. Imagine not to be rude to the guy, but imagine an Antoine Roussel, who's literally not even a good player. He's just like a scumbag.
Just go around
he'd be running around.
People.
It'd be ridiculous.
And the reason why you can't take out fighting is, well, I guess the only way would be severe suspensions, because at the end of the day, you can't stop a player from going after another. It's hockey.
Yeah, even if you say fighting's banned or whatever, you see let's say it's the Leafs in the playoffs, someone headshots Mitch Marner. Wayne Simmons isn't going to just do nothing.
Yeah.
Fighting will never.
Fighting won't leave, but at the same time, I think every year it'll keep getting less and less. You only fight when you absolutely need to.
That's what I think. You'll never see a player not stand up for a teammate. But we've already seen it's trending downward, except for this year. Apparently, it's on the up. But I think that's because of how the divisions work. It's just hostility mounting every time you play. But no, the issue too was there was also the Sherrod injury this last week. So you had 2 different injuries and fighting on 2 different spectrums of Sherrod won his fight and still broke his wrist. So that's why people argue the need for fighting. They might make rules where those face-off fights are a thing of the past. Mm-hmm. Where you can't, if you fight directly off a face-off, it's you're on for a period or something maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I read somewhere, but I don't know. You can't get rid of it. People will run around and just be all willy-nilly and destroy people.
Yeah, dude, Lucic was fucking destroying Matthews. Matthews was getting destroyed.
That was a hit on Matthews.
I'm really surprised Simmons or no one fought.
Bro, Simmons isn't going after Lucic.
Be honest.
I saw that hit and I was like, no one's gonna do anything about that because it's Lucic. Bro, Simmons is gonna die if he goes after Lucic.
I think he just didn't play against him, dude.
Isn't he on the Matthews line?
No, he was in the line.
The hit was in the first period.
He was, but he ended up playing 12 minutes. Hyman was projected to be on the 4th line, and he played 20 minutes.
But I'm saying he was definitely on the ice against it.
Maybe.
Nah, Simmons wouldn't go after Lucic, bro. It takes a certain kind of person to go after Lucic. I was surprised Anderson went after Lucic. I don't know.
Anderson had big balls there.
It's more I think Simmons, if Lucic did something to Simmons, maybe he would drop the gloves. Anderson and Lucic were actually themselves going at it all game. And then the fight led because off the face-off, Lucic tried a little slew foot. Anderson gave him a nice little 2-hand whack. No, but I don't think Simmons would want that. Especially you have to think too, in what game was it after? The Saturday night game, Edmonton, Winnipeg. Cassian did a similar hit to what Lucic did on Ehlers. And Lowry asked Cassian to fight. but Cassian said no because he had just come back from the broken wrist. So he didn't want to fight. Simmons just came back from the broken wrist, so maybe Simmons isn't trying to fight right now.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm on Twitter and I just saw the Sens were trying to get the game-winning puck for Philip Gustafson. Who won.
Tell me Tkachuk took it.
Rasmus Anderson took it and was trying to skate off the thing.
Did they get
Rasmus Anderson I just lost all respect for this man. Yeah, they got it after, but like, what kind of why would you do that?
Well, no, like people try and do
like why are you being a dick?
When we played Ottawa last year in Cade and Primo's first ever NHL game, we won in overtime, and like the puck went in and out of the net so fast that it was down the ice. So Price went to go get the puck, and Chuck tried walking off the ice with the puck, and like Price went after him and took the puck from him.
Brady?
Yeah.
Okay, I was
like people just do it like they're pricks. Like I don't know, like bro, the guy just wanted. And then he said, like, oh, I didn't know it was the guy's first ever game. Like, bro, it was all they were talking about, how Kaden Primo made his debut on, like, last-minute notice. Like, you obviously knew. You tell me you didn't do a quick scouting report right before and say, yeah, this guy's never played an NHL game. Let's fire pucks on the net. But Eric Angles just tweeted, Canadians say they've closed their facility for tomorrow. No media availability. Players and staff will report to the facility. How did they close their facility? Oh, it's close to, like, the public, I guess. No practice. They're just going to get COVID tested. So I think if no one comes back positive tomorrow, they'll probably play. Yeah, it says they're canceled practice, just going for testing tomorrow. But as someone also said that the reason the game might have been canceled too, like versus like how we see in America, a lot of these games get played is because of like the federal laws in Canada might be a lot stricter, where when they were negotiating before the season, they just said like any sign of COVID, you shut down.
Yeah.
We can move on, I guess, now to the next topic, unless anyone else has anything else to add about fighting. But I think we all agree that it's going to stay in the game. It's kind of needed.
Yeah.
Some Oilers reporter, what's his name here? Jason Gregor or something, made this argument on Twitter that like Habs fans were like going after him, saying like, because he said like the Habs shouldn't even deserve to be in like the playoff race or whatever because of their 9 overtime losses. Like, and he said if you take those 9 points away, like they'll be like fighting Ottawa. Bro, like, what's the point of tweeting that? Like, there's overtime losses. We have 9 of them. Like, I think if anything, I'd argue Montreal deserves to be a playoff team based on the fact that they don't lose in regulation. 3-on-3 and shootout. 3-on-3 on shootout doesn't make you a playoff team. It's a skills competition, bro. I could have told you before I didn't think they'd be 0-9, but I could have told you before the season started, Montreal's not going to win many 3-on-3s. They're outskilled against every team except Ottawa. It's true.
Yeah, kind of a pointless tweet, really.
Like, well, there's 3-on-3. Like, people have asked, like, not like I've seen reporters always say like they should change the point system to like how it is in international, where if you win in regulation, you get 3 points. If you win in overtime, you get 2, and if you lose in overtime, you get 1.
I like that actually.
I think that's good.
That's how I think it should be.
Isn't there a hockey league that does that?
Somewhere in Europe, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say?
Might be the Swiss league.
I think Montreal would have more points in that league than they do now. I think that would benefit. I think that would benefit Montreal because Montreal's only wins in regulation. Montreal's 14 wins, 13 of them in regulation. We'd have an extra 13 points and we'd be chilling. But no, like, bro, like there's been a loser point for how long? Like, don't give me this bullshit that Montreal should make the playoffs because they have 9 overtime losses.
But Johnny, it must frustrate you. This doesn't even have to do with this guy, but it definitely frustrates you that you're 0 or you won one now, right? So 1-9. Because how many more? You'd be like easily cemented in the fucking playoff race.
Bro, I'm a glass half full type of guy, and I'm just looking at that. Where would we be without those 9 points?
I guess that's true too. You could have lost in regulation.
And like the last 2 overtime losses were a tie game against Winnipeg with 30 seconds left and a tie game against Vancouver with 45 seconds left. Gladly take a point in both those situations.
Yeah, that's true.
I was saying to me and my dad were talking. I was saying like I'd be more frustrated if these were like 9 overtime losses that we blew regulation leads. Most of our overtime losses have been us coming back, really. The only one that's like was frustrating because we blew the lead was the first game against the Leafs. I think we were up like 3-1.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. We got like 10 minutes left. Guess we can just preview our teams next week. Adam, start off with Calgary, bud.
We got 2 big games against Winnipeg Friday, Saturday, a little back-to-back action. I expect at least 1 loss because who really wins both games of a back-to-back nowadays and playing the same team. It's kind of bullshit.
Wait, is it Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And we have a game against a Wednesday. If we lose on Wednesday to Ottawa, just the season's done. I think there's no coming back.
Oh, you play them Wednesday? We play them Thursday, I think.
Yeah, we play Wednesday at 5.
Bro, the Leafs got 2 breaks this week. They play.
Oh, we better slap Ottawa.
They play Thursday against Ottawa on the back-to-back, and then they play Saturday against Edmonton, who's going to be on a back-to-back.
Unless they have a positive test, but I guess it was just Montreal that had.
Yeah, Montreal and Edmonton would have had 0 contact. If anyone should be not concerned, but if anyone would probably have to get tested, it'd be Vancouver.
Right. Vancouver, why?
Because we played them most recently. Because you just played them.
Yeah, okay.
Michael, what are your thoughts on the Leafs?
Yeah, we got to win the next 2. We after losing all the games we did, we got to get back to where we were, and I think that starts definitely how it did against Calgary, and then you have to win against Ottawa, and then you have to win against Edmonton. That's simple as that. I'm looking forward to seeing Jack Campbell again. I'm looking forward to seeing Galchenyuk, dude. That guy has really impressed me so far. I don't know if you've got to watch anything yet so far, Johnny, from him, because Habs played at the exact same time. But like he was just like, you could tell he's giving 110% every shift, going hard, hitting guys.
I've never been so
Did you notice it? Like you noticed him a lot, right, against Calgary?
Yeah, it was noticeable, but I wouldn't start writing him as the next coming of Jesus.
No, I know, but I see potential. There.
I think the last 7 teams. 7 teams has seen potential too, or else they wouldn't be trading for him.
Leafs were also the only one that actually tried to develop him again, brought him to the Marlies. He did really good there.
Well, he's had training camps with like other teams.
But they've also just like stuck him on the third line if the mid-season trades or whatever.
He got traded to Arizona, was there like 1C for like a week, and then just kept finding his way down the lineup. Got traded then to Pittsburgh, who traded him to Minnesota.
Minnesota was a mid-season move, I think.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Minnesota was a mid-season move in the Zucker trade.
Yeah.
And then signed with Ottawa, scored in his first game, so clearly they saw promise too there probably. And then now he's here. I'm torn because I love Chucky, like love him. Like I have his jersey. I want him to succeed in the NHL, but like not now. Like I don't want him to succeed for Toronto.
Not anymore.
I think if they keep him on the line for a little while and to see him, keep showing what he could do, I think he'll end up.
Who's he playing with again?
He's playing with Nylander and Tavares. That's why.
I think I could play. I could play on their wing, and I could score a couple.
Yeah, see, you can't. I feel like for Galchenyuk here, you can't define him by his points because I feel like he'll pick up. He'll pick up points no matter what.
He needs to help Tavares get going, and Tavares in turn helps him.
Obviously, you can define him by goals, but if he gets a lot of assists, I saw he had a secondary assist, and it was all over my Twitter feed.
Yeah, it was a nice assist.
Dude, it's the second coming of Christ.
Well, secondary assist.
He's
like as good as Tyson Barrie on those secondary assists.
He's a way bigger upgrade.
Tyson Barrie sucks, dude. He's so bad.
Bro, I hope Edmonton gives him big money.
I pray to give him like a 6x6 or 6x something.
Bro, he wants 8 apparently again.
Nah. He's not getting 8. No.
Dude, I'm so glad you guys are ripping on him because there's so many people that are trying to clown the Leafs right now. He was so bad for us.
No, I see. That's why Michael's waiting for us to rip him because, if Michael rips me, just looks salty.
Yeah.
Who, Barrie?
Yeah, if you rip him, you look like salty because he did bad on the Leafs last year.
But because even for us, he was decent offensively. But when Keith took over, he started putting up points. But defensively, he's not good. Even for Edmonton, he's not good defensively.
Not even that, bro. This guy's leading the league in points. But if anyone tells me he's in the Norris conversation, I'm gonna slap him in the face.
Dude, it's like 15 power play points with you're playing on.
Bro, he has like 20. He has 22 secondary assists on either McDavid or Draisaitl goals.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And he's 28 points.
Dude, he's God. He's this is ridiculous. Second coming of Ray Bourque.
I could sit at the blue line, flick a puck up to McDavid, watch him deke 3 guys, and pass it to someone with an open net.
Good for him though, man. He bet on himself, took a cheaper contract, and
but he bet on himself going to Edmonton.
Yeah.
I would take that bet too. I think if I quarterback their power play, I'd get a couple points too.
He's definitely staying there though.
Just gotta walk the line, find one of the two, and you're golden.
That's like me being like, I'm gonna bet on myself as a wide receiver. I'm gonna go play with Patrick Mahomes. Now just to wrap up because we have less than 5 minutes. I don't even know if Montreal is gonna have a week, so I don't know what to preview. But I wanted us to go 2-1 against Edmonton ideally. Now maybe we're just gonna go 0-0. But one thing I saw, I sent it to both you guys. Apparently, Montreal's been like talking to the city officials to get some fans in there, which would be hype. First Canadian team that's really like had these convos, I think, with a province, I believe. Because I think Edmonton was saying they're going to talk about it later in the year and haven't heard anything. But I know Montreal's apparently like in talks, but one of the issues is the curfew. Because Quebec apparently still has a curfew. So they have to work that out if like the people at the games are exempt from the curfew for that night, or like do they got to leave midway through the second to make it home by curfew? Stuff they just got to work out. But bro, if there's games in Montreal, I'm flying down the 401.
What did they say? 2,000 to 4,000.
2,000 to 4,000. Yeah,
I'll fly. I feel like those would all go to season ticket holders.
Yeah, they would.
Like Johnny, you know how hard
it's not like Buffalo where
they declined it.
Johnny, how much did you pay?
Bro,
What's
I don't know. Like I just
Johnny, you don't work. Remember that,
bro. That's why. If
I get Trudeau's.
I had to get a job, and then I'll consider this. But like,
what happened to the golf course? Nothing yet.
Still waiting, bro. COVID. Like, no one's hiring anything like here. But yeah, I know. Like, I'd probably pay some top dollar.
Dude, we're paying if Leafs and Habs play in the first round, and Leafs aren't open, and Montreal is. We're paying top dollar. We gotta.
Bro, that's why like I wanted Ottawa to open or something first, because Ottawa definitely wouldn't sell out the season ticket holders.
Probably not.
That's why, like, even last year,
Ontario's also just a joke for this stuff. So
yeah, like last year, bro, I went to like. That's why, like, when I went to Brock, I was like, yo, I'm going to Buffalo every year to watch games. I went to Buffalo last year. It was like in the 100s for like 28 a USD.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't beat Buffalo. The border better open up by next season. That's all I gotta say.
Yep. So let's wrap it up here. We got 2 minutes. Shit week for me, decent week for you two, but hopefully next week's the other way around.
Adam started the first week of podcasting here, and every week it's just been getting lower and lower. It's like his will to live is just Calgary's just sucking it out slowly.
I want to go back and listen to the first couple episodes. Adam was saying Montreal and fucking Calgary are gonna make their.
Adam had the North Division final as Montreal Calgary.
Well, to be fair, we all picked our own team to make it out, so it's not like I was the only one doing it.
I had Montreal Calgary as the North Division final too.
Yeah. All right. Well, less than a minute left. Yeah. So we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, boys.